Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I'm pretty good. As usual, if it wasn't so muggy, I'd be even better. It is, I have no idea, 9:55 a.m. Central Time. And I am at Steel and Pipe of Houston off of 610 and Clinton. Right near the port of Houston. I'm not actually in the port, but I'm across the street from it. When last we talked, I was loading at Gerdau, picking up 4 bundles of 50-foot I-beams. I was there about 4.5 hours. My appointment was about 2.5 hours behind me, or in the past, when they finally came and got me to load. And then I got out there, and then the loader, I mean, it's pretty simple. All one level, not real complicated. He had difficulty centering those beams on the trailer. He had to try a couple of times, and then finally got it on there. I guess it took him about 40 minutes to get me loaded. And then it took me about another hour to get around to the checkout, to the scales to check out, get my bills and everything else, and then another 20-30 minutes to secure it. I got out of there, I think, at it was 4:30, something like that. And once I got there, I took off. I had originally made my plan was to get to the Pilot on 610 on McCarty Street here in Houston. But on the way down, I kept watching the parking, and the parking started showing full about the time I got to Madisonville on I-45. And then, so I was gonna call in and reserve a parking spot. But when I went online to check availability, all the reserved spots were already sold. Insane. Well, I knew that there was a little truck stop here next to the port, and it's a little truck stop. It's got about parking for about 20 people, and it's generally full all day long every day. So I didn't bother. So I ended up stopping. There's 2 truck stops right next to each other. There's a Pilot, and then there's another one right next door, an Exxon or something. I don't know what it's called. They're in Huntsville. Went ahead and stopped. Went to the Pilot. There was no parking, and I didn't feel like paying for a spot, so I went across the street and parked. Oh, not across the street, but went to the next truck stop, which is literally right next door to it. The Exxon, parked there for the night. I still had plenty of time to drive, but it wasn't worth trying to get down here to Houston and try to find a spot that Loves or one of the 2 or 3 other little truck stops around here. It just wasn't worth the effort. It was already 8 p.m. So parked the truck, got cleaned up, went to the Chicken Express there next to the Pilot, and got dinner. Came back to the truck, watched a little TV, including last night's episode. I actually watched it live for once, or not live, but you know what I mean. A Better Call Saul. The show is really, really good. Next week is the season finale, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to it because I don't want the show to end for another year, because there's nothing really else going on to watch. I was watching in the past Fear the Walking Dead, but after the first season I got bored with it. Just like I'm kind of bored with the regular Walking Dead show. But I got Game of Thrones coming up. Looking forward to that. Thank God I have HBO on my DirecTV account. So, after that, I just kind of lazed out and went to bed. Got up this morning at 7:30, no alarm or nothing like that, and put it around. Went inside the Pilot and received a fax for my load I'm getting ready to pick up here in a minute. And actually in a minute, I got to go over to the port and pick up a load. I'm picking up skidded, if I remember right, they're skidded coals, and those are going to Campbell's Soup in Paris, Texas. And they, if I remember, they unload 24/7. So if I can get it and go, I'm gonna go all the way tonight and unload it, and then sleep there in Paris, and hopefully get something really early in the morning. I have a feeling up there, it's probably going to be Adabel or Broken Bow Warehouser or whatever, and the other place. I don't remember the name of the place, but picked out. I think they're both Warehousers, and those usually go to Dallas. Hopefully they usually pay pretty decent. I really don't know yet, but I'm sitting in the bay, as you can see, waiting for him to take these things off, and then I just got to pull out the gate, put my timbers on, literally drive across the street. And there's the truck, and there's the road to the truck gate, so to the port. So that's all I got for now. I'll let y'all know later once I get over to the port and see how things work out. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? Not too bad. A little tired, a little frustrated, but I'm good. It is 3:45 p.m. Central Time, and I'm at the Port of Houston at a shipper which will remain unknown. Unless I already said it and I don't remember if I did or not. Last we talked, I was over at Steel and Pipe, and they were unloading me. It took them about an hour and a half to unload me. They took a real sweet time. But I got out of there, then got over here, and I got here at 11, I believe it was. Yeah, it was about 11. And got through the gauntlet that is security, got over to the truck check-in area, got my information. That took about 30 minutes. And then got over here to find out at 11:30 to the warehouse where I was picking up. Went in and checked in to find that they had gone to lunch at 11:30. And they were going to be back at 1:30. Well, I wish I could take a 2-hour paid lunch. Yep. Well, once they got back from lunch, I checked in, and then I stood around for an hour and 10 minutes at the second check-in spot, and then got checked in for that, told where to go again. This place is like a gradual stepping stone place. You just go check in here, go, okay, they tell you go here, then you go to get there, check in, then they tell you go here, and then you check. It's just continuous ridiculousness. And their lack of caring about drivers and their time is pitiful. It's horrible. Well, let's see. I picked up 2 skidded coils. They were about 23,500 pounds a piece. These are going to Campbell Soup. It's a pretty easy load. I've done plenty of skidded coils. 2 chains over the top. Chains, 1 chain in front, 1 chain in the back to cover the weight. 2 tarps. Blah, 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 blah. Only problem is the scene had got some of these other guys getting this stuff out here. It scares the shit out of me. The way these guys are doing it. This one guy just threw 2 straps over each one, threw a tarp, and then left. 2 straps ain't gonna hold that, especially if it starts to slide. No friction mats. I don't want to be behind them when they have a bad turn or something. Someone cuts them off. Scary stuff. Some scary stuff out here. Sorry to say it. This is a great industry, but people's lack of caring about what they do for their job is lamentable. Well, I got it on here. I'm getting ready to leave. I'm just cooling off a little bit. I got to check out through 2 security gates and then head that way. I got 6 hours. I'm going to try and get there today. If not, I'm going to camp out real close. I got a line of truck stops, and I'm not going the highway route. I'm taking the back roads where I know where everything is. So, I'm taking Texas 19 up. I might stop in Sulphur Springs. Well, I got to stop in Sulphur Springs and buy fuel, but I might stop and take a shower too. I haven't decided yet. I really don't know. So, that's it for today. Unless I unload tonight, then I'll let you know. I don't know though. If not, until then, keep the shiny side up. 73s. Be safe.